What steps has Texas taken to improve its outcomes-based approach for students?
On the high school side, Texas in 2019 created something called the College Career and Military Readiness Bonus, which allowed districts to get a bonus for students who achieved above a certain score on a standard test. It was a College Board test, and enrolled in college, or scored the same, above the same threshold and got an industry-based credential or certificate. And then there was also a military piece of that where schools would get a bonus for military enlistment. The program has had some success. There are some issues with the industry certification list. Employers often feel that some of those certifications aren't aligned with their actual workforce needs. And so there could be some room for improvement on that. On the post-secondary side, we see an enormous, I think, national model that we could look at. It's called the Texas State Technical College System. And the reason this system works is because it is paid based on the wage outcomes of students. There's no guesswork or expert opinion on what we think we're gonna need in 5 years and hope for the best. It's actually grounded in that data. And so as a result, they're laser focused on the needs of the employers in their communities. Thank you for the question. I would echo much of what Dr. Sachs has said here. A couple of practical examples of what she's talking about. When looking at WIOA, it's important to note that those funds go to workforce regions or areas and states. That can complicate delivery of services significantly. When we think about the needs that folks have when they're looking to reskill and upskill, it's often things like childcare, right? It's things that are kind of in the package of things covered, but maybe people have to take more than one stop to find those things, and that's not the intent of that legislation. And so I would echo and say simplify. We can look at what Utah has done. They have a waiver, so they have a single statewide delivery service, and because of that, they are able to allocate funds where they're needed. They have a one-stop model for these services. That's, I think, an area where there could be a lot of bipartisan consensus because it does reduce waste, but it also gets the end user is in mind, as you said, and it gets the funds to those people and helps them get off of the social services programs that we know might bog them down. So.